From the class of 1973, considered by many the most outstanding line in the history of West Haven High School hockey, Steve Balaban, Frank Longobardi, and Depew. From the class of 1987, volleyball, basketball, and softball.
Thinker. Different players, same goal. What happens when you get 3 players at the top of their game in each of the above categories? Well, the answer was simple when it came to Steve Balaban, Frank Longobardi, and Dave Depew. The trio complemented each other so well, they knew exactly where each was on the ice. That knowledge of each other paid huge dividends when all was said and done, as the trio went on to become one of the most prolific lines in West Haven hockey history. Balaban, Longobardi, and Depew formed one of the most feared lines on the ice in the 1970s, putting up phenomenal numbers. As a result, the trio becomes the first complete line of a hockey team to enter the West Haven Hall of Fame. After limited action as a sophomore and feeling more comfortable as a junior, Longobardi was ready to thrive as a senior. The trio embarked on a trip to Finland and Switzerland for 2 weeks over the summer, where they learned a lot about each other and how to maximize their talent. Everything culminated in a berth in the state finals before the Westies lost to Hamden. As a junior, Depew and his squad helped snap Hamden's 32-game winning streak against state teams as he scored the winning goal. Depew led the team in scoring with 9 goals, 20 assists, and 29 points, receiving all-county honorable mention. After the trip to Europe became senior year, Depew was elected the team's captain as a senior, and along with Longobardi and Balaban, the 3 were in the top 3 in points all season. The trio was nicknamed the GAP line, goal a period, as the team set a school record in goals, scored with 152, surpassing the prior record of 102. Balaban, Longobardi, and Depew set a school line record of 80 goals and a school record in wins with 18. With the GAP line finishing 1, 2, and 4 in the state in scoring, the team advanced to the championship game against Hamden, won by the Green Dragons. The start of senior year saw the Westies open the season with an 11-0 win over Hall, with Longobardi scoring 5 times, Balaban scoring twice, and Depew scoring once and adding 7 assists. Depew received the Russell B. McKeon Most Valuable Player Award presented by the West Haven Penalty Box Club following his senior campaign. After moving from Northern Florida to West Haven, Balaban played freshman and junior varsity football before starting as the team's tight end his junior year. A ruptured spleen on the final game of the season caused him to miss most of his junior year of hockey. Balaban was the sniper on the team, scoring plenty of big goals in the successful 1972-1973 season, but credits the hard work of his teammates for his team's success. The 3 had their roles, as Balaban had the talent, Longobardi was the grinder, getting to all the loose pucks, and Depew had the hockey sense. Balaban and Longobardi went on to play 3 seasons together at the University of Connecticut, where Balaban played 99 games in 4 years, accumulating 101 points, which still ranks in the top 25 in all-time scoring. Longobardi was elected as the assistant captain his senior year in Connecticut and was one of the leading scorers on the team in both his junior and senior campaigns. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Balaban, Frank Longobardi, and Dave Depew.
Yay, it's my turn. The Italian-American Club. I know it's the Italian-American Club, but this is frighteningly reminiscent of my bar mitzvah. So today I become a man. You know, I had one question. I was trying to make it funny, but I couldn't quite figure out how to make it funny, so I'll just say what I mean. And that is, it's about time. And I don't mean for me or for our line, but we were such a great team that it really should be the whole team up here. And, you know, but for a few bounces, and I guess Frank hit the post 3 times in that loss, a few bounces the other way, and the entire team would have been inducted years ago. So I'd like to just I know they've raised their hands, but if you were on that team, or a part of that team, or a fan of that team, just raise your hand, stand up. I want to just let you know. So everything that Frank and Dave said is absolutely true, and you know, I want to thank the people, a lot of who are here, who made me the hockey player that I was and the person that I am. And first of all, John, thank you. You know, it was really great. I got a call this summer from John, like we all did, and John said that you've been elected or nominated to the Hall of Fame, and it was Tinker Blake's last request, and Maureen called him after last year's induction where she accepted on behalf of Tinker. It just really meant a lot to me. I mean, I didn't even know there was a West Haven Hall of Fame until a couple of years ago, so I wasn't thinking about this, and then to get this call really is special. So thank you, John, thank you, Tinker, thank you, Maureen. Congratulations to the other inductees. You probably don't know this, but it said I was born in the Florida Panhandle. We didn't have hockey. I played football and baseball and a little bit of basketball, but that was another bad story. My baseball career ended when I was in Babe Ruth baseball, and this guy started throwing curveballs at me. And like Frank, I thought that was coming right at my head, and that was the end of baseball for me. But I didn't know what a hockey puck was until my parents bought a house on Lake Phipps. And so I want to thank my mom and dad, my mom who's here tonight. Woo! My parents were theater and music people, and they didn't know what to do with hockey. So like Frank said, they didn't come to our games. I mean, we snuck out. We didn't, you know, it was not in their world. So I want to really appreciate my parents for getting us here on the lake where I taught myself to skate one day, and then that lake froze. Well, before that, my next door neighbor, Michael McDermott, and his family, a lot of you know, Mike McDermott was a piece of work. And he was a hockey player, and I didn't know what hockey was. I had a little tabletop hockey game that my parents had given me for Christmas in Florida. It was never opened. I didn't know what it was. I thought the puck came up to your knee. I mean, it's that big on the game, that must be what a puck is. When I saw a puck on Sports Illustrated cover, I thought, what the heck is that little thing? So Michael and his dad dragged me at ungodly hours on freezing Saturday mornings to the New Haven Arena to watch Pee Wee hockey. It was Schiavone's and Knudsen's and just really cool. And I thought, boy, this looks like a lot of fun, but I didn't know anything about skating. The lake froze. I learned to skate. Once I learned to skate, I needed gear, skates, sticks, tape. So I went to our local dealer, this guy that was selling stuff out of the back of his car, who's gone on to become the premier hockey equipment provider in New England, Whitey Benson. And Whitey was really special. A lot of you know him. He was a friend and a mentor, loaned me the money to go to Europe with these guys that here. I paid him back by raking his leaves in his yard. And so that lake, the lake froze. We had a neighbor across the lake. His name was Vern Gessner. He was a plumber. He had a lobster boat, but he had played for the Blades, the New Haven Blades. And he was the coolest guy. He was the Pied Piper for all of us. I mean, we'd go out there and he would dangle, and you know, just we all wanted to be Vern Gessner. And then Sundays after the Saturday hockey games, Art Krause and all the old timers, Tony Amendola, Art Friend, Duck Williams, all these guys would show up, and we'd try to get in the game with them, and you know, we'd watch them, and they kind of opened the door for us. We played Bantam hockey that first year when the rink opened, and then what happened next? Something good happened. So we had upperclassmen that, you know, as we were freshmen and sophomores and juniors, Dave Hansen and who else? Anyway, a lot of guys just really helped us. Wayne Finley helped us learn the game, and they were leading the way for us. We went to Europe that summer, came back, and just killed it. And we were kind of a big thing. It was really great to walk down the halls and just, you know, it was really a lot of fun. And I gotta give a shout out to Hillhouse, Lee, and Wilbur-Cross High School. Man, if not for them, I don't know if we would have been leading the state in scoring. We got a lot of points. 15 to nothing, 10 to nothing, 5 goals a game. But that was pretty cool. And then to Hamden, as much as it broke our hearts and stays with us to this day, they really taught me what competition is all about. And you know, everything I measure against that rivalry, so it was pretty cool. Also, what was very cool was I dated the principal's daughter, who happened to be the captain of the cheerleaders, Deb Richards. Deb's here with her husband, Mark Messier. My siblings, my brother, Mike, used to drive Bob Blakesley and myself to the New Haven Arena at all hours. We would sneak in. I have a very disturbing picture in my mind of us skating around in jock straps. Is that true? But, so I want to thank my brother and my sister, probably for saving my life. They mentioned in the video that I ruptured my spleen on the last opening kickoff of the last football game of my junior season. Got kicked in the stomach, played the first half, went home after the game, and my sister came in and she said, "Man, you are as white as a ghost. You've got to go to the doctor. You can't." And she made sure I got to the hospital, and they took my spleen out. And I thought I'd missed my entire junior season, but they tell me I played, so. And last but not least, my wife, Kyle, my wife of 32 years, who has supported my hockey addiction for all of these years, and it is an addiction and an affliction. I already talked about Mom. So my son plays hockey and has played competitive through high school and prep school, junior and college hockey, and we've traveled all over the world. I've coached, refed, I'm a fan, I'm a player, I still play. We played last night. In fact, how did Frank Longobardi get nominated for this? I saw you skate last night. It was ugly. But anyway, he needs a little more time on the ice. So with that said, just thank you so much for this honor. I really, really will cherish this for the rest of my life, and thank you very much.